Afternoon, how are you going? I just wanted to do a short video on one of my favourite topics and one of the favourite things that I do a lot of. Mostly I do this at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to get to sleep and trying to get some quality time, as it were, to recharge. It's normally when my thoughts go off in the distance and have a life of their own. And at that point in time, I'm just going off and thinking about the worst thing. Most people who probably have got some sort of mental health can identify with this. It's normally, the term that's used is normally catastrophizing, and it's something that just takes you down a road that you don't want to go down. You start off with something relatively simple, and then you start just going further and further. And it's normally, from myself, it's normally something that I do quite a lot of, and I normally go down a rabbit hole like nothing else. You might start at a job one is probably the easiest one to describe because it's probably one thing that we sort of hear quite a lot of. You might not do a job as best as you think, and you start on thinking, oh shit, this is, boss is going to hate this. If he hates it, then what's he going to think? He's going to give somebody else that work that I wanted to do because I'm no good at this. Oh shit! If I'm then no good at this and I don't have any work, then they're going to get rid of me. Oh no! And if it goes down any further, if I'm not going to have any work, then how am I going to pay the mortgage? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And you just keep on sinking further and further. By the end of it, if you don't stop it, you've gone so far and so deep that it just doesn't even make sense anymore what you're thinking. But at the time, in the moment, you are just thinking the worst things and going down that. And it's something that I do a hell of a lot of. And it is just something that is really constricting in terms of your thinking, and it's really hard to get out of. It's something that I've battled with for so long. And it's a spiral that you start on, and it's a slippery slope once you get down there. From my point of view, whenever I sort of see myself going down this slope, there are a couple of things that I try to do. Some of them don't work, some of them do work, and it can sometimes be, depending on how badly I'm going at the time, to know whether these things will actually bring me back out. Sometimes it's just trying to distract yourself at that time, go off, do something else, read a book, watch a movie, something else to get your mind out of that spiral. Sometimes it's trying to pull yourself out by saying something as simple as, will that really happen? Is that really going to be the case? Sometimes it may not be, but even though you might think that, doesn't mean that you're actually going to you're actually going to get your thoughts out of that. Sometimes something else that sometimes works for me is just giving myself a countdown in between. So trying to break up that thought pattern so that you don't keep on going. So doing a countdown in between and just trying to institute some breathing and some different thoughts or no thoughts, just to sort of break it apart. Now, I'm sure there's other techniques. Some other things that I've tried don't work, but those are some of the things that work for me to just try and bring you out of that and try and sort of, in whatever sense, get you out of that spiral of that catastrophizing, as you will do. Anyway, I hope this has helped. And as I always say, look after yourself and stay safe.